practicing drawing using one-point perspective. Do this video first before my second one on drawing a one-point perspective drawing. This introduces you to lots of different techniques to get the basic idea of how to do a one-point perspective drawing. At the beginning of this video, I'm going to start with what's called a vanishing point. The second thing I'm going to do is a horizon line. I'm going to do a horizontal horizon line that goes from one side of the paper all the way to the other. This will organize my space where I know where the sky is and where the land is. It helps separate out those locations. Our first challenge we're going to do is try to make a three-dimensional cube using the vanishing point. So I'm going to start with the basic square. Then I'm going to look at the four corners of the square and I want to connect them to that vanishing point. Think of it like a dot to dot. You go from one dot right to the other. So I kind of think of having four dots on that square. Then I connect them all four to the vanishing point. I want to make sure they're all lined up just right. Once I've completed that, then I'm ready to do the other sides of my cube. When I do the right side of this cube, I want to make sure that this line is parallel, equal distance from the first one that I drew. So it's going vertical up and down. I want to make sure the next one is vertical going up and down and equal distance apart. Same with this horizontal line. I'm trying to make sure it's parallel. Notice my ruler is also parallel to the edge of the paper. This really helps me get my lines just right to make this look like a three-dimensional cube. Now we're going to try something a little bit more challenging. We're going to do a rectangular prism. Start off by drawing a basic rectangle. You're going to look at all four corners once again, and you're going to connect them to that vanishing point. Once you finish connecting all of them to the vanishing point, we're going to turn this one into a little house. Check it out. One last challenge we're going to try out is to create a row of trees that are connected to the vanishing point. We're going to try to make them look like they're going back into space. So the way I organize that is to do a diagonal line going down and a diagonal line going up. Then I draw a series of vertical lines within that space. Remember to line it up to the edge of the paper and make sure it's parallel to the edge of the right side of the paper, or the left side, depending on which side you're working on. Then you can see how my trees get extremely small if they're near the vanishing point, and a lot larger if they're closer to the edge of the paper. Since I have a little bit more space to work with, why don't we go ahead and practice making a road that is connected back to the vanishing point. If you've ever stood on a road or a railroad track where you can see almost a mile down, it almost looks like it's disappearing into the distance. Of course, this is just an illusion. It's not really disappearing, but as things go further away from you, they do appear smaller. Just like if they're closer, they're a little bit larger. That is my quick video on practicing drawing using one-point perspective. There's lots of wonderful videos out there and images for you to look at, so keep practicing. Before you know it, you'll be drawing on a two-dimensional surface and it will actually look 3D.